My novel, Losing the Light, is about two American college students who go for a year abroad in France, and they get involved in a very intense friendship with each other and a disastrous love triangle with a very alluring Frenchman. And everything sort of goes spectacularly wrong, and only one of them ever makes it back to the United States. So it's catching up with her 10 years later. So it's really a novel about that really intense female friendship that you have when you're young, and also the experience of being in a new country for the first time, and that, really pivotal experience of going abroad when you're young and realizing that there are all these other ways to live besides the one that you've been surrounded by. And for me, I spent some time living in France when I was in college, much like my characters, although I should stress that it's not based on real events. I did not, the things that transpired in the book did not actually happen to me, because people always, of course, ask you that question, especially with a first novel. They want to know who Alex is and who Sophie is, who are my two other main characters. That was a really life-changing experience for me. And, I lived with a family and I learned French, and it was really this extraordinary thing in my life that really affected me deeply. And I think that's part of the reason that over the years I kept going back and working on this novel. It was a long road. And so when I talk to writers in my day job as the social media and marketing director of Girl Friday, I really can empathize with what they're going through when they're dealing with rejection, and sort of just the very long, winding road to getting published. I started working on my novel 13 years ago when I was still in school. I didn't work on it nonstop for those 13 years. I wrote many other things and had other tries at getting published, and went through, really what is actually the standard story to getting a first novel published, which is that you have many attempts before you find success. I last year signed with a wonderful agent, Carly Waters, and we sold it to Sarah Canton at Atria, and it's been a wonderful fit, and it's really been a fun process. And I think one of the most fun things about having the book come out has actually been the opportunity to connect with other authors. I spent a lot of time reaching out to other authors to get blurbs, which is sort of awkward because you send them basically these little mash notes of, oh, I loved your book so much. Would you please read mine and say something nice about it? But it was really a lot of fun when I did get blurbs from those people. That was absolutely, day making every time. And it just gave me an opportunity to connect with people that I'd really admired for so long, and suddenly they're your peers. And that's just a really exciting transition. And this was a dream I'd had really since I'd been a kid, to be a published author. So it's been a really big deal for me. And it's really, it's really exciting. And I feel really lucky that I've been working in publishing for so long, because it's really given me a lot of, inside information. I have worked with a lot of authors who, at various points in my career, who are going through the process for the first time. And it can be a really confounding one. Book publishing is an odd, as much as I love it, it's an odd industry, and it has its weird Byzantine sort of processes. And so I think that, having all of that understanding and really not being afraid of the marketing piece especially has been really helpful for me.
Thank you for listening. Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.